What's up guys, I'm Chris with DeVille Magic, and today you're watching a magic review for Jeremy Pay's The Backflip Project. So welcome to the channel. If you're new here for your first time, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a review. Or if you're watching from devillemagic.com, be sure to check in each week for a new review. So today we're looking at an instant download package from devillemagic.com, and this was created by Jeremy Pay. A lot of work and years have went into these effects. I'm going to break it down into three different parts. There is three different downloads. I decided rather than doing three videos, I would do one just to make it easier for you guys, and you can go from there. So this is going to be a little bit different than my other reviews, as I'm not reviewing a physical product. So some of the questions will be different. We're going to go over things relatively the same, but the layout might be a little bit different. So to start off, the Backflip project is three different effects that all kind of work around one basic principle. I would recommend getting all three rather than just one, because you're going to get a discount. So instead of paying $5 for one video, if you get all three, it'll cost you 10. So you save a bit of money there, and all three routines are really good. So first up is the ultimate backflip, which is the base of the project. I'm going to play a performance video for you guys, but basically this is a effect where a lot of magic happens in a short time. So you show cards face up and then instantly show how they've changed to face down. You show that they're all the same face, and then the faces have changed. In the end, there's a finale, and you're able to instantly reset after that, depending on where you want to end the routine. So here's a performance video.
I'd like to show a cool magic trick using 4 cards over here. They all look the same, they have blue backs, and in fact they are all the exact same cards. For this case, we have the 2 of diamonds. Check this out. If I turn 1 face up, instantly all the cards here will turn face up. If I turn 1 face down, instantly all the cards here will turn face down. Pretty cool, right? Now people usually say I do it too fast. So I tell you what, I would actually slow down by using only 3. Watch, a shake like this, 1 of the 2s turn face up. A shake again, 2 2s turn face up. A shake like this, all 3 2s turn face up. Okay, I tell you what, I'll use only 2 cards, shall we? 2 cards. Watch this over here. 1 turn face down, 2 cards turn face down. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll only turn 1 card face down, shall we? This one. You see, they're all blue backs. So what should the color of the back of this card be? Okay, I know you're hesitating to say blue, but I'll tell you it's blue, just that it's a different design. It's a blue B-back card. Now, all these cards are 2 of diamonds, so if I were to ask you the same question, what card is this? You also hesitate, right? No, it's not the 2, it's Joker. And this one here is not. This is actually the Ace of Spades. And this one over here looks like blue, but it's not. Actually, it's a red bicycle card. Okay, as you can see, now we have no blue back cards and we have no 2 of diamonds. So how is it done? Well, it's done only with magic. As such, over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue back cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4 blue, 2 of diamonds.
So what do you get? Well, it's a download. So you get a download. If you purchased the 3 downloads for $10 and you're saving that $5, you'll also get a couple bonus effects and an in-depth tutorial of the Elmsley count. So the videos are shot with Jeremy sitting at a table. He goes over everything. The ultimate backflip is approximately 20 minutes long. The other two are a bit shorter, as they kind of reference back to the ultimate backflip. That's another reason I recommend getting all three. You don't need to get all three, but with the discount and the added effects, I'd say that's worth it. The other two, I think one is about 15 minutes long and the other is 12 or so. So, in total, you're getting, I don't know, around 45, 50 minutes of teaching. So what is the difficulty level of these effects? I would say beginner to intermediate. Um, I say that because there are no real difficult sleights. I mean, you are going to have to learn a count. It's relatively easy. It just takes some practice, like anything. Um, but there is some memory work, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not like it's when I say memory work, I'm not talking about like a memorized deck or anything like that. This is a packet trick. You use a few cards, but the memory work there is a bit of a setup and there is a quite a few steps to follow. But with that said, it's really no more than your average card trick if you're doing like something like an ace production or an ambitious card routine or anything like that. Like there's different phases and there's different steps, and as you learn them and as you perform them, it just becomes second nature. So in the beginning there's some memory work, but it's nothing too advanced. So the angles on this, you're probably going to be performing it in a close-up environment. You can do it surrounded. It's really angle proof. The only thing is you don't want somebody underneath you, but when's that going to happen? And if that's the case, you can do it seated, seated or standing. I think you would want to have a table, just because in some of the phases you're going to be eliminating cards and you'll want to set them somewhere. Yeah, I don't think you want to set them on a spectator's hand. They could look, and you are going to show them eventually, but that's one of those things where they could prematurely ruin the moment. So yeah, I'd say it's angle proof. You just I guess gotta watch if there's, maybe if you're showing it and there's kids around, they might be pretty short, but that's, you're just gonna have to work with that. So like I said, there is a setup with this. It's you're only using a few cards, so it's not going to take long to memorize, and once you do memorize the setup, it'll only take you a second or two to arrange the cards so that you're ready to go. Reset, depending on what phase you want to end in. Like you can end the routine so that you're instantly reset, or you can go one step further, which you'll need to set things up again after, but like I said, that takes a couple seconds. So now, is there arts and crafts with this? No, but maybe. So actually right now we're just referring to the ultimate backflip, so no, there's no arts and crafts. You will need to have different decks of cards, because you're only using a few cards, but the way that this works, as you've seen in the performance, there is a card with a different back from a different deck, and then there's also a card with a different colored back from the same brand of deck. And then you will need, actually I think that's it from different decks. So yeah, you'll get three of your cards from one deck, and then you gotta kind of pull some from others, but that's really not a big deal. I assume if you're buying this or you do card magic, you have more than one deck already anyway. Pocket space, that's a good one because this takes up hardly any pocket space. I keep mine just in a little packet here, which is super thin, so throw that in your pocket, you're good to go. Is it worth your money? Sorry, that's all I got on me right now. That's a working magician. Is it worth your money? Yeah, I'd say it's worth your money. If you're just buying the one, the ultimate backflip, I'd say that's worth your $5 there. The other two, we'll get into that later, but I think overall Is it worth your money? I would say buy all three for the $10. Save that $5, get the 3 different routines plus a couple added effects or ideas. But alone, the ultimate backflip is definitely worth your $5. So is it a worker? Yeah. Yeah, if you're doing walk around or table magic, this is a quick effect that you can perform. It should only take you, a minute or two, depending how far you want to go with it. And it can be performed. It can be performed standing, seated, or like table side. So, I'd say yeah, it's a worker. You can do this at pretty much any of your gigs. It's not necessarily a stage trick or anything like that, but if you're doing walk around things like that, it's good. Do I or will I use this? Yes, I will. I have learned it. I'm not going to show you my performance video yet because I haven't got it down to where it would serve it justice. I just have to work on kind of memorizing the steps a little bit more, just get that flow going. But yeah, I've learned it. I will use it. It's a great routine. So normally now I'd go through the pros and the cons, but I'm going to wait till the very end because I'm going to talk a little bit about the blank backflip, which is the second download of the project, and the magic backflip, which is the third download of the project. Once we get through those, then I will kind of conclude everything, do my pros and cons there. All right, so with the blank backflip and the magic backflip, I'm not going to go through all the questions again because essentially a lot of the answers will be the same. They're all packet tricks, they're just variations. So as far as pocket space and all that goes, everything's going to be the same. I'm just going to go into a description of what you're going to get with the blank backflip and what you're going to get with the magic backflip and some of the differences. All right, so now we're going to dive into the blank backflip. So here's a performance video.
I'd like to show you something special with these 4 cards. They are exactly the same, all have red backs, and the front is the 6 of clubs. Now check this out, I'll turn one over and instantly all of them will turn over. And the next one, when I turn it face down, instantly all the 4 cards turn face down. In fact, this was all an illusion because the cards never existed.
So now that you've seen the performance video for the blank backflip, you'll see that it's a similar type of routine with an obvious difference. If you purchase this, you're also going to get a really cool ace production. But one thing that I need to make note of is to make up this packet, you are going to need special cards. These will come from different decks, and there are similar cards used in the routine. I can't really say more than that because I don't want to expose methods. So just be aware that if you purchase this one, depending on if you have the cards already on hand, if you're a card magician, it's very well possible. But if not, then you may need to purchase a couple of different decks to put this together. All right, and next up is the magic backflip. So this one is very visual. It's got a great finale, and it also comes with an extra bonus routine where you can use different approaches to the effect. So I'll show you a performance video of the magic backflip, and then there's one similar to that, but it's more of like a gambling demonstration. So for any of those who are into gambling routines and things like that, this could be very good for you. So here's a performance video.
I want to show you a magic trick here using 5 pieces of playing cards, okay? Now as you can see, the reason why it's called a magic trick because it starts with the letter M, okay? And in fact, I got 5 of these cards over here. Check out the magic trick. I'll place this on top and instantly all the cards here will turn face up, just like magic, right? Turning one face down and instantly the cards here will all turn face down. Pretty cool, right? You want to know the secret? I'll tell you the secret. The secret is actually magic. Indeed, and magic spells M-A-G-I-C. Magic trick.
All right, so that was the magic backflip. Very cool routine. And there are so many different ways to customize this to fit your style, your performance. Now, with that said, the only downside to this is that you are going to need specially printed cards. So these aren't cards that you will likely find in any deck that you have or any deck you can purchase. So yeah, you'll need to purchase some special cards, have them printed. There are companies that do this online. There's multiple companies who do it at an affordable price. So if that's something you want to do, then great. And if not, like that will, if you go that route, it's going to look its best. But you can do this on your own, and that's where some arts and crafts come in. So if you have a more common deck, it's still a special deck. I can't get into exposing methods. I won't do that. But let's just say you can make these cards yourself. All you need is, some, like a marker, and you can draw them yourself depending on what you want to do. If you want to do the magic production where you show the word magic, you can do that, or you can do it however else you want. So yeah, you can make these cards up yourself depending on your style. If you want a more kind of streamlined and professional look, then you'll likely want to have the cards printed. However, if you make them yourself, they're going to look like something you made, which isn't a bad thing either. It's going to look more organic, and it's going to look less like a magic prop, less like something you bought and more like something you made. So, there are benefits to that as well. All right, so I think that kind of wraps up the backflip project. Some pros and cons. So, some pros, these are highly visual. You get a lot of magic in a short kind of sequence, so that's really good. These can be great openers, or if you're doing walk around magic or tableside magic and you just have to do kind of like some quicker tricks, these are great. And some of the negatives, so these aren't necessarily things that I don't like, it's just things that you're going to need to go out and do after you've purchased the content. So, you will need to get special cards for the other projects. That may just involve ordering a couple special decks, or it may mean making your own cards, or sourcing out a company that can specially print cards. And then the other is that no, it's not a negative. I already kind of talked about it. There is some memory work, but that's it's really no more than what you're normally going to do. So there are a lot of steps involved, especially if you're learning the entire project, but I do feel it's worth it. And like I said, it's not hard. It's just something that you need to do, more than a few times to get used to. And you should be doing that anyway, right? You should be practicing your magic before you go out and perform it. So the more you practice it, you're not going to have to memorize. It's just you're going to know what to do next. So that's not a negative. One other thing that I wanted to mention, again, not a negative, but if you only purchase the blank backflip or the magic backflip, there could be some confusion there, as they do reference the ultimate backflip a lot. And that's where you kind of learn the basics of the project. So I'd say you're gonna want to either buy just the ultimate backflip or all three. Just because, with all three, you're getting them for $10 instead of $15 when you look at, $5 per download. I think that's the route to go, because they all are good routines. But you're definitely going to learn the most in the ultimate backflip, and when you get the handling down for that, the other two are going to be a breeze. All right, so that was my full unbiased review on the Backflip project by Jeremy Pei. You can pick this up at devillemagic.com. I'll leave a link in the description, and yeah, check it out. If you haven't seen my other reviews, I have a couple others. This is still a brand new channel, so please check those out and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I think that's it. Thanks for watching.